Okay, for the rec, it's going to be the proposition God exists. Me and Cap will be taking a negation, and Trouble and Chicken Wing will take an affirmative view. Okay, go ahead, give the argument.
Yeah, so the argument is just going to be the Kalam argument. It just seems to be the case that if not everything within the universe has some sort of causal, creation, if that is true, and if that is, very, very consistent, it would deduce a 99% probabilistic conclusion that the universe was also caused by something that caused, or just people we identify as God.
Is that your argument or what?
Yeah. Chicken, do you want to add
Yeah,
on anything,
I
man?
mean,
Nah, that's a good argument, honestly.
Thank you,
yeah,
bro.
I mean,
Thank
I
you.
guess I have a couple of problems. When you say
It's
99%
personal for me.
probability, yeah, when you say 99% probability, what's your theory of probability? What are you talking? What's the math there?
My theory of probability will just be, induction. Now,
That's
I'm
not a
not
theory
just
of
gonna lie.
probability.
Stop,
That just
stop,
talks
stop,
about.
stop, stop. Hey, stop. You asked me a question. Don't be a dick and interrupt me. Never talk to me. That's
Let
not
him
my.
answer, bro. Let him get
Yeah,
it
I'm
out.
sorry,
Let
Yeah,
him get it
boss.
out.
Sorry.
let me answer. Thank you. Good boy. Now, ask you what my theory of probability is, and I give you that theory. One, if you don't take induction to be a theory of probability, I want some sort of argument for that, some sort of conclusion. Seeing as that we use induction to reach probabilistic conclusions, for example, it's just kind of consistent that Westbound ducks his debaters, he ducks his opponent, and he consistently loses to them.
All right.
So, yeah,
So one of the debaters are spurging. I'll let you
hold on,
guys
wait,
go
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
let
now.
okay.
me
All
respond. I
right.
want to flag this blunder. So,
Yeah. Go ahead and give a response. You got it.
induction just talks about what how we determine what is more or less probable, right? It doesn't tell you what it means to be more probable, right? Like you can take Bayesian epistemology, you can take theoretic probability, you can take different accounts of probability
Take
and
some
still use
frequentist
induction. So
view.
that's yeah, that's obviously going to be like at best that's like a circular account of probability. In which case, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. At worst, that just doesn't sound
But
intelligible.
I,
So
I
we're gonna need you to explicate further on the theory of probability there.
Okay, so if you're just gonna say that induction is the means in which we decide what's more probable, but we don't know how we come to the conclusion. One, that's just a concession. Two, the means in which we come to the conclusion, as I said earlier before, the not so smart moderator, wrongfully muted me, would just be that let's say you have a consistent amount of examples. Through these consistent amount of examples, we can form our conclusion. Chicken wing, do you have anything you want to add on?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
well,
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
okay. Let me just
I'm not
respond one
done.
more
I'm not done.
time,
I'm
and
not done. I'm
then
not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done.
okay.
I'm not done. Yeah. So if we know that induction has two things to it, that means that one, we can deduce how something is going to be more likely, more probable, and then two, it also tells us how to get to that conclusion and how we can, form a hypothesis around that thing. Then I think the argument that induction is a theory of probability is very, very strong. You guys have not presented a counter argument as to why it cannot be taken to be such. So yeah.
Yeah, I did. I told you I was circular, but
Okay, we got a conclusion.
regardless, I mean, I guess when I ask for a theory of probability, I guess I guess I can just ask you this way: what does it mean to say X is more probable than Y? What does that mean?
Do you have like an issue with like
can you
understanding
please answer that
literature?
Well,
question?
I'm asking what it means to say X is more probable than Y. Can we get a reduction on that under this
Well,
theory
I've already
or under this
explained
account?
that.
Okay,
I've already
Cap, let
explained
me
that.
get it, let me get it. So, just for the rec, we're not going to keep pressing this issue. We're going to just make it clear they blunder, and we're going to move on. Look, we're going to levy another critique. Okay,
Well,
one second, please. Okay, what's the justification reason to believe that if you accept everything in the universe begins to exist, then you get some God agents? What's the argument for that?
oh, the argument for that was also given earlier, but it seems you two have a very, very strong
Oh, then
issue
it's
with not.
invalid.
Stop. It seems the both of you have a very strong issue of not understanding what me and my opponent are saying. So we'll just dumb it
My
down and we'll
opponent.
say it one more time. My teammate, Chicken Wing, my teammate,
Yo, this
Chicken Wing.
guy's a pro.
Yeah, my teammate, Chicken Wing. So, yeah. Also,
A
let's keep,
nigger, nigger,
let's
nigger,
keep.
nigger, nigger, nigger,
Yo, can
nigger,
we
nigger,
mute these
nigger,
people?
nigger,
Because
nigger.
Do we have any like mods, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
But
Hyde is
This
getting
moderation.
muted. All right.
okay,
Continue. Finish.
go
Wes,
ahead,
I
Trouble.
will time you out.
Yo, Trouble,
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Ah, look at the side, Brad. Look at the side. Have
Yo, can we
mercy.
just finish our
I can
debate,
Thank you.
just
please?
respond.
All right.
Um,
Relax. Stop being belligerent. Trouble. Finish what you were saying, man.
All right. So for the first thing, they kept asking us, how do we determine what's probable? Why is X gonna be more probable over Y? It's just very simple. Just pay attention to what I said earlier. Just go back in time
Just
and do
answer the
that.
most recent
As
question.
for Kylo,
Answer the most recent question.
stop. I was getting on to it. I can finish it. Let's please moderate.
Yeah. All right. Let Trouble finish what he has to say. If you don't think he responded to the
Thank
question
you.
or whatever,
Thank you.
then
I'll
he
give
didn't
you
respond.
feedback. Yeah, I'll send you feedbacks later. Thank you, man. So,
What's
as
wrong
for
with this
why
guy?
it's the case that if we accept that the universe was caused by so many things that we're then going to get a an agent that we call God, there's going to be two reasons. One, there's no contradiction, right? And then two, it's very intuitive. So I would take that to be true. Chicken, you want to add anything?
Nah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
respond. I can respond to this.
I'll prefer
So it's
Kylo.
very clear. So obviously, I want to flag this blunder. We didn't get a
But
semantic
what is the
reduction on
blunder?
what it means. Stop talking. Stop talking. I'm not finished. I'm sorry.
Trouble,
We didn't get a
trouble.
semantic reduction on what it means to say that X is more probable than Y. But
Or
I'm going to be gracious and just imagine that you're doing some enumerative or statistical induction because that's what proponents of the Kalam want to do nowadays. I mean, I don't even think you can inductively support that kind of principle, right? Specifically, the causal principle that Kalam is committing it to, right? It's not going to be like a pattern we observe, right? It's a normative constraint on our metaphysic, right? It's saying something like, in all instances of space time, or even more than that, if something has a beginning, it has a cause, and that would be true for all future tense, past tense, and present tense moments. The problem just is that we don't have a sample size that's relative to the whole. So when you try to do these type of inductions, it should just be very apparent that the inference is inductively invalid. Also, you mentioned seemings. I don't know why I would even grant that seemings have any epistemic warrant. That's another question. But I guess I can just press you further on the fact that we don't have a sample size relative to the whole. Right? We've only seen like 2 to 3% of the universe. Cosmologists nowadays even want to say 1.5%. So I don't know why you would generalize from that small of a sample
Look,
size.
let me
That just
also
obviously
tax. Let me also tax something on. I ask you to like explicate how it follows from if it's granted that everything begins to exist, then the entailment there is that you get this God type agent, which you failed to do. So I guess you have two tasks, and you can pick which one you want to go at first. You can either answer Capp's objection in reference to the probability talk, or you can
yeah,
answer
yeah,
one
I
second,
understand
please.
it, bro.
Just
I
relax. I'm
understand it, bro.
almost done.
I
I'm
understand it.
almost
I
done.
understand it,
Hold
bro.
I'm
on, trouble,
almost.
trouble,
I'm
trouble,
almost done.
trouble.
Relax,
It's a
young man.
2v2. Let his partner respond.
You're getting BTFO'd right now. Or you can answer my objection regarding the entailment relation. So I'll let you pick your sauce, pussy. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I would like to, step in on this one.
Not to do
And
it too, bro.
basically,
Just relax. Oh, is that your teammate? I'm sorry. That's a
Yes,
yes,
bro.
bro.
that's a blunder on my half.
All on, let's not all on that one.
My bad.
Anyways, as I was saying, you know, the exhaustive ontological inventory of the theist stance is like the biconditional values of the sophistry. Underneath the falsity of the contingent acts, we can also conclude that the negation is a continuum of the equilibrium
Yo,
of the
talk to
proposition.
my teammate.
Bro, lock in, bro. Like, let me finish.
Yeah,
Anyways,
this is your
go on, man.
teammate.
bro.
Yo,
Like,
man, what's my? Can you get some moderation, you stupid bitch?
like
Like,
damn,
yeah.
bro.
I'm cooking. All right, who's getting muted? Let me know.
All right, bro. Meet monkeys. He kept talking out of line.
Yeah,
Who's
mute, hide,
who's
take me
more?
out. I take me out.
Anyways, bro. So, as I was saying, the
All right, just let
instrumental
Chicken Wing
skepticism.
finish, man.
Thank you. So, the instrumental skepticism of the proposition, we can conclude that the negation of the theism is that God exists because the if and only if biconditional values align with the argument, bro. So, go ahead and
Thank you. So, to then respond to the second part of what Kylo said, I already told you why that if we assume that to be true, that we would then get a omnipotent necessary existence to what we call God. Whether that be like an alien, a higher dimensional being, a turtle, westbound, or one of his horses, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I'll just repeat it to you one more time. The reason for why it's going to be true is that one, there's no contradiction, and then two, it's very intuitive to all of creation. So everybody else will just accept it being true. In response to the earlier thing about like induction or the data set not being large enough, please show me a site as my sources, which I hold to be more credible than you, that being Harvard, Stanford, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grout on Twitter, are all disagreeing and saying that no, that's not the case, and providing me with links that also suggest that that's also not the case. And then going off the earlier arguments, which my amazing God-tier debater ChickenWing also proposed, I think it's very, very, very clear that you guys are one, retarded, two, cannot understand what we're saying, three, cannot give arguments, four, cannot track the arguments, five, keep saying shit, six, don't know what you're talking about, seven, just going in circles. And you guys can respond now if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I just have one question. It seems
Okay,
like you're
what is
off.
the question?
It seems like wait, just stop. It seems like you're not even talking
Well, you
about
asked me a
like
question, and I go to
probability.
ask you what the question is, and you just keep like going in
Yeah, I'm
circles.
about
So
to
what is the
ask
question?
it. Just shut up. Stop
Okay, just
talking.
ask the
Right? It's my
question.
turn to speak. I have the
Just
talking
ask the
stick.
question. It's not that
Right?
hard.
I understand that you're retarded and you don't understand these
No,
counter
listen,
objections to
Cass,
the
you just
Quran.
ask
That's
the
fine.
question.
So stop over talking me and let me
I'm
finish.
not over
Right?
talking you.
Now, yeah, you say you're not over talking me while
Okay,
you're
so
over
can you say the
talking. I would
Can we
question?
appreciate
mute
if you
him,
would stop.
please? Can we mute him?
Yeah, can we please mute him? But
All right, yeah, sorry.
it seems
All
like
right,
you're off
trouble.
of induction and more talking about like intuitions, giving this epistemic warrant. I don't know why I would accept that either. That doesn't. What's the argument for that, or what's the reason as to why I would accept that intuitions or seemings would give some epistemic warrant for some proposition? Why would I?
Okay. Oh, you want the argument for that? Yeah, sure, that's fine. So, if the question is just why something being intuitional leads to it actually, being true, is
Intuition.
a justifiable thing, you're a nigger, shut up. Now, you can just give the response and argument as to why that's going to be the case.
Yeah, so this is going to be the case because the axiom that has been presented in the previous arguments can conclude that the conjunction of the propositional operator can obviously indicate the empirical evidence of the intrinsic ontological
Yo, let's
semantics
go
of
to
the definition.
closings. Let's go to closings. Cap.
Hey,
Yeah, your
Yo, don't
teammate.
interrupt me,
Yeah,
so
Yo,
we get
Cap,
some
we're done.
moderation.
Hey,
Like
hey.
these dudes are low T codes, bro. Like,
Order,
yeah, we're done
order,
here.
order, order.
We're done
anyways,
debating for the record.
No, we're not
We're going
done.
to
I just want
closings.
to keep
I have yet to
on,
hear
but we're not
Chicken Wing
done.
make a. The only intelligible thing I heard
Yo,
Chicken Wing
what's
say
on?
is
Mute
that.
him, bro. Mute him, bro. Mute him, bro.
yo,
This
To be
isn't
clear,
fair.
wait,
like
just
I
stop.
can't
Oh,
get
Before we go to
bro,
Bro,
kind
closing,
of all stops
I just want to point
arguing.
something out.
I
we
can't
were
get my
talking
argument.
first.
Yeah,
Bro.
we're
We were
going to
talking
closing
first.
after. I just want to point
Yo,
something
what's
out.
on, bro?
Just
Please,
do it in
like,
your
have
closing statement, Cap. Just
moderation,
do it
bro.
in your
Please have
closing.
moderation, bro.
Presuppose being the base and relation index towards, Rizhan's terminology, right? So if Rizhan says axiom
Who is
X is
this
going
guy?
to be
Is he even
true,
Oh,
debating? This guy's not debating.
can we
yes, he's
wait? Hold on,
debating.
hold on,
Yes,
hold
yes,
on. Wait,
yes, yes.
you guys are
Yo, what's
saying,
on? We were talking first, bro.
listen, bro. I'm trouble. I really wanted to get you right now. I don't even want to get you right anymore. Now I don't want to
Wait,
do it.
what's on? What's on?
We're
Come on, bro.
we're going to
Wait,
All
what's
right,
on,
closings.
bro?
all right,
What's on?
bro. Hold on.
Remember,
Let
remember
me
I
get
gave
it.
you the
Listen,
cookie, bro.
bro.
Come on now.
Hold on. Let Chicken Wing get it out, bro.
Uh-huh.
Let Chicken Wing get it
Thank
out.
All right, go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, chicken
Chicken
wing,
Wing,
bro.
go ahead, bro. Say what you got to say.
All right, so hopefully
Please
you get the
continue
track
off,
of
and then
true
I'll
and
add
false
on to that.
explosive.
Yeah, go
And
on.
so the relevant distinction, we can say that I can reject something in regards to the evidence presented not being in favor of the position, which counters the argument from ignorance fallacy bestowed upon us. And when we say the agent cause of libertarianism free will, it argues that we can choose between various courses of action which advocates of libertarian free will, and it largely divide themselves between. Yo, someone turn that
No,
off.
bro, oh my days, bro. Oh my days. Oh my
This
god.
Can we get
server,
moderation,
this
please?
server is
Did I
crazy.
just hear somebody try to loud mic?
But yeah, can we just go to
Oh my
closings?
god, bro.
Moderator, we're done
All right,
Wait,
debating.
hold on,
listen.
wait, hold on, wait,
Okay.
hold on, wait, hold
All
We're
on,
right.
done
no,
debating
hold
these
on,
dumb
okay.
fucks.
No.
This wasn't
What's
even
on?
a
Can you
feat.
please, what's on? Can you please mute them, bro? I don't want to start using perms, bro. Just please
Hold
mute
on,
them.
bro.
No.
Hold on. They played the music while Chicken Wing was
Yeah,
responding.
that's
Chicken
fine.
Wing wasn't done.
Chicken wing,
Chicken Wing
no.
wasn't
Chicken
done.
wing is done.
I
Chicken
gotta
wing
be
is done.
Just
fair,
be
bro.
concise, bro. Please.
Chicken Wing. Hey, Chicken Wing, hurry it up, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
And the last thing I just want to say is when we articulate the grounding relational structure among the entities, we can explain the um the axiom of choice. And yeah, I just want to pass it to my boy TB.
Oh
Thank you,
no,
thank
that's
you.
it. That's
So,
that's all the time.
hey,
That's all the
Kylo,
time.
I'm not sure why you're talking.
Wait,
Like, I know.
hold
Oh,
on.
wait, hold on. I know niggers have like dents in their skulls, so it's a little hard for you to listen to orders, but that's fine. Just be calm and cordial, please. Now, listen. As you can see, my opponent, I mean, my teammate.
This guy's a pro.
Yo, my teammate brought up the axiom of choice, to which, if you know, it's a thing within mathematics to where if it is a vote, we can just choose what's going to be either right or correct. Once again, that intuitional thing. So through the axiom of choice, we will just choose intuitions over any sort of empirical backing, basis, or data, remotely at all. Thirdly, Kylo, you're like an absolute nigger addict retard. And then Cap, you're like a fat. I mean, you're like also a
All
retard
right,
too.
moderator, can you close?
No,
Just
listen,
shut his.
we're not done.
He's
We're
not
not
saying
done.
anything.
We're
Listen,
not done.
Trouble, if you're not
No,
gonna
we're
make an
not.
He's
argument and
not
you're
saying
I'm
just
gonna make an
anything.
calling,
argument. I'm gonna make an argument, bro.
bro. All right,
I'm
this is
gonna
your
make an
last
argument.
chance. If you're just
All right,
gonna call
thank you,
them the
thank
N
you.
word and you're not gonna make an argument, I'm gonna have to end it.
My fault, King. My fault.
Go ahead,
Now,
bro. Go ahead.
the initial argument that we're going off of is one, the axiom of choice. We already explained why that's going to be in our favor. Two, as a probability, you guys never give a response to defeated that. Three, I want to hear your response to why I said that if through the means of intuition and also through the means of there being no contradiction, we would accept this conclusion. What is your response to that? If you want to keep going to conclusions, that's fine. We
Yeah,
can just
yeah,
end the
yeah.
debate
Okay,
here. You
so
got
do you guys
whatever
want to
through.
give your closings first, or should we go first?
Yeah, well, we'll go first. We'll
Go
go
ahead.
first. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So, as you guys can see, he just did not respond to the axiom of choice argument. So that goes through. Two, he didn't defeat the, induction being a theory of, being a form of probability. That also wasn't defeated. Three, they kept using jargon like semantical reductions and ontology and all these big words that we don't know what we're talking about. Four, they also did not dispute anything that my opponent, I mean, teammate Chicken said. That being, quantum mechanics, ontological semantics, etc., etc. They just went in circles, asking us questions. Kylo is a very, very idiotic retard, and then Cap is just an unknown random. Overall, the arguments that we presented as to why God, whether that be a horse or whatever, exists, they did not defeat that or give any actual rebuttal or contention towards that. Instead, they just went in circles. Chicken, is anything you want to add on, man?
Yeah, I would just like to say that they was just being very fallacious within their arguments. They was using multiple arguments from invulnerability. They gave no actual
Oh
arguments
yeah,
of
to also add
coherence.
on to that, they
Yo,
also never
no, bro, it's your
disputed.
teammate's
No,
closing,
no,
bro.
no, we're not done. We're
Bro,
not
he
done. We're
can
not done.
he
We're not
can
done.
jump
You
in
guys are
Hold
in
on,
not
between.
trouble,
10-minute
trouble, bro.
closings,
I,
bro.
Trouble,
I,
Like
I'm gonna say
you
one
guys
more
are
thing.
trouble.
annoying.
You
One more thing.
trouble, bro. You had your chance, bro. You had your
One more
chance to
thing.
speak.
One more
No, bro,
thing.
it's your
One more
teammate's
thing.
closing, bro.
One more
No,
thing.
bro. No more things, bro.
Bro,
No more
Just
trouble
mute
can
him,
things.
jump in.
moderator. Just mute him,
Trouble,
please, please. He's annoying
no,
as
bro,
fuck,
All right,
bro.
trouble can
Wait,
jump
don't
in.
do it.
Like,
We did
Give your
this, bro.
closing
Don't
so
do
we
it.
can
trouble,
hurry up and end this shit.
trouble. You asked for it, bro. Trouble. You asked for it.
Bro, we're both. Don't do
Go
it though.
ahead,
You're
Chicken
close.
Wing. Finish your closing, dumb fuck.
all right, so basically, what I was saying is that they were just being very fallacious. It's just it was sad to see. I think they're both retarded, and you know I would also like to mention how they did they didn't defeat the Chat GPT claims. It was very very disappointing. Like the Grok arguments and everything like that. It was just very. They was making disjunctions, logical operators, and the implication, and yeah, that's it, bro.
All right, Cap, you can go first, Twine, because it's crazy.
Yeah, fuck the fuck up, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I have a lot of like things to say. I just want to like for the recording, I just want to make sure that this is very clear. The only intelligible thing I've heard ChickenWing say is that the negation of theism means that theism is true, which is an obvious contradiction. He's obviously retarded, or maybe he wasn't interested in an actual debate. And the other dumb fuck failed to give an account of what it means to say that X is more probable
Can you
than
mute
Y,
them?
and then started talking about, yo, can you think stop interrupting, please? Can we get some moderation?
All right, hold
Oh my
on.
God.
Trouble. You can't laugh
Can we
while
please
they're
get some
giving
moderation?
Just please mute him, because he's not going to listen to you.
Yeah, I muted the
Nah,
ape.
no,
I
I'm
muted
telling
the
him that
ape.
I'm muting him, bro. I'm telling
I
him that I'm
muted
muting
the
him.
ape.
No
Don't
more
argue.
chances,
Yeah,
bro.
okay.
No more
I'm
chances.
gonna keep talking.
Go ahead.
The other, the dumb fuck, I love Israel, whatever his name is. He started yapping about how intuitions or seemings grant epistemic warrant, and then failed to give an argument as to why that would be true. He just passed it over to his teammate, and who gibberated and started acting like a monkey in the jargon jungle. Right? He begged the question and said that they use intuition and reasoning as opposed to empirics, etc., with this axiom of choice talk. But that's exactly what I was asking about. Why would it be an axiom of choice? We didn't give an answer. We didn't get an answer for that, so he failed to meet his burden. Also, I don't know why ChickenWing was false charging me with being fallacious and saying that I was using jargon, but I don't see why using jargon is a problem if I'm willing to explicate the terms and concepts. So that's obviously, I don't know why he's trying to act like I committed a fallacy or anything. He also said that I was being fallacious, but didn't explain the fallacy I committed in his own closer, right? That would have looked better on the recording if you actually explained the fallacy, but he didn't. Maybe because it doesn't fucking exist, right? I gave basic objections to the kalam, like the sample size talk and all of that, and they were either unable to comprehend it or they did comprehend it, and they had like no proper response to it. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Kylo. Maybe he can flag some other blunders that he said.
Man, I don't take this to be something which is a good look for any other parties, because we're basically kicking around toddlers. And so, just for the rec, I don't think this was a proudful beats for me and Cap. It is clear that we beat the fuck out of these dumb fucks. Yeah, so like Cap said, they didn't respond to two of the critiques levied. The critique regarding, fuck, I'm trying to think. The critique regarding the entailment relation, how you get to God from there being these causes, and then the critique regarding the probability talk. There's not really much to say in my closing. That's why I'm kind of stumped up. Like, these niggas are just retarded. I mean, I'm gonna just leave it at that, bro. This shit is just not even worth my time. Yeah, GG's, niggas.